Hello and welcome to day 26 of Die Cut December. Today the random number generator led me on a merry dance and gave me a couple of numbers that we've already done this series. So I just kept going until it gave me one we hadn't done, which was 25 cover plate dies. Now I don't have lots and lots of cover plate dies, and you've seen me use most of these in videos before. But I thought today I would use that brown brassy coloured cover plate die. I think it's from Creative Expressions because that's the colour that their dies tend to be. So to get going, I took a piece of white cardstock and a die cut from it using the cover plate die. And this gave me a really beautiful aperture net type thing. Took a couple of minutes to poke out all the little doodads, but once I'd done that, I trimmed the whole thing down to give me just the net. As usual, I wasn't entirely sure where I was going at this point, so I thought I would start by doing some smushing on a panel of smooth white card to give me something to put that net on. So I used Tattered Rose Distress Oxide, smushed it on my glass mat, squirted it with water, picked it up with my smusher and smushed it all over my piece of card. I then dried it and did exactly the same thing with Victorian Velvet. So I've got two lovely kind of muted pastel-y pinky peachy colours. Once my panel was dry, I decided to do some stamping on top of my smushing. So I found this speckled stamp, not sure how you describe it, lots of dots and lines, maybe kind of brick kind of texture, I think. And I put Victorian Velvet all over it, gave it a little mist with water to help the ink move around, and then I pressed my cardstock down onto it, popped a bit of scrap paper over the top, and then just gently rubbed across the back with my fingers to make sure that the card came into really good contact with the stamp, and I really like the way that turned out. I decided I wanted to do another layer of stamping, but this time with heat embossing. So I dried it thoroughly and dusted it with an anti-static powder tool. And I cleaned my rubber stamp, dried it, and then inked it up with sticky embossing ink. And so as not to stamp the image in the same place that I'd stamped the Victorian Velvet, I rotated my card through 180 degrees and pressed it down again onto the sticky embossing ink. For my embossing powder, I used metallic platinum superfine from Wow, which is a really lovely, well, I suppose platinum pale gold type colour. I sprinkled that all over and then heated that with my heat tool, and it just looked luscious. Looking at this, I thought what I wanted to do was to place the net on top of it, but to colour it with the embossing powder that I'd used, so I'd have an extra layer of really dimensional metallic platinum embossing. So I got the net and my sticky embossing ink and pressed the ink pad down really firmly so that the whole of the front and round the sides was coated in the ink. I then sprinkled over that metallic embossing powder again and heated it with my heat tool, and that looked gorgeous. To stick my embossed net to my bit of mixed media, I used my glue dotter to add high-tack white glue to the back. This just adds just the right amount of glue. I pressed this down onto my background and used a bit of spare sticker release paper to kind of apply pressure across the top. If there were any bits that didn't have any glue on around the edges, I just popped some on a glue spatula and added a little underneath and then press that down again. So I decided I was going to make two cards, and I wanted a rectangular panel to stick on one card and then 3 hearts to stick on another card. So I used these dies to achieve that. I also die cut out a stitched rectangle panel from white that was slightly larger than the mixed media panel that I made, and I used tape runner to stick my embossed mixed media panel onto the white rectangle, which I then stuck onto a card blank. For the hearts card, I cut out a stitched white rectangle again and popped that up on craft foam this time, just 1mm high, so it's not too thick. I then die cut a rectangular frame to go around the outside of that. I didn't put that on craft foam, I put that straight on the card blank using glue, and that just gives a nice little change of dimension. I then use glue again to add the hearts in a cascade coming down the card from largest to smallest. Back to the rectangular card now, and I pulled out one of my old faithful foliage dies. I cut that from white because I thought I didn't want to introduce any more colour. I didn't think gold would stand out well enough. So I added some glue to the back and popped that over to the left hand side. I decided these cards had a real wedding vibe. I think it was the platinum and the Victorian velvet. So I pulled some wedding sentiments out of my sentiment store, and I added "On Your Wedding Day" to the rectangular card, and I added a "Happily Ever After" to the heart card. As a finishing touch, I added some Morning Dew Nouveau drops to the heart card. These dry completely clear, so they look like glass or water droplets. I just added a diagonal of them going from the bottom left to the top right. I didn't add any to the rectangular card because I didn't feel it needed it really. And that was these two cards finished. I hope you like the cards. I really love that colour combination and that platinum metallic embossing powder. I hope it's given you an idea of something you could do with your cover plate dies. And I hope to see you back here tomorrow for another day of Die Cut December 2025. Thanks so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.